Once in a blue moon, maybe several times in your career, you'll embark on an adventure where even from the minute you start it, you know that it's gonna be something big. You know, Wine Library TV, launching winelibrary.com, when I wrote Crush It, a speech or two that I've given, that plane video. You just know you're embarking on something that's gonna change the outcome of your life. And for me, more importantly, change the outcome of so many other people's lives. When I started DailyVee, I just knew. I knew. There even, I think in episode 1 where I talk about knowing, and I mentioned to D-Rock, like it's so obvious to me what's gonna happen with DailyVee and Snapchat. Like, our execution these next 12 months is gonna be so fucking crazy what it all looks like a year from today.
Mm-hmm. 'Cause we're gonna be legends, gonna get their attention. What we're doing here ain't just scary, it's about to be legendary. Yeah, we're gonna be legends, gonna teach them all a lesson. Got this feeling in our souls we carry.
What if I told you this was the last Monday morning of your life? What's that?
Long time no see.
I know, man. How you been?
Good, yourself?
All well?
Yeah, Darren.
Yeah, I remember.
Darren. All right,
How you doing?
thanks, man.
Good to see you. You, such a pleasure.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you so much for doing that.
Thanks for having me.
Come with me. I'll take
Okay.
you backstage.
Okay. Awesome. Yep. So if you want to move this one.
With us to discuss the notion of marketing in the year we live in is the CEO of digital agency VaynerMedia, Garyvee.
Thank you, Gary.
Thank you so much. What I'm excited to talk about this morning is deploying dramatic common sense in a 2017 world to an industry that I've had an unbelievable time getting to know. 50 to 70% of the money, maybe 50, but probably closer to 70 if you factor in the other channels besides television. But 50% of that money is spent in the form of making a 30-second video. That 30-second video in 2017 is deployed the following way. It plays in between television, linear television. Please go look back at the last 3 revolutions, industrial revolutions. The people that got hurt the most look exactly like the people in this room, which were they were making behavior for the prior game, they were training for basketball, and the world made them play hockey. Thank you.
Dude, I'll just go around and introduce it every single
To everybody, right?
Everyone.
Wow.
Dude, you crushed it, dude. Like, you're gonna be mobbed out there, you know that.
Yeah, no, like always, you know? Hey! Hey, hey man. Hey David. How you doing?
Diego.
Hi. Hey, Ryan, how are you? I was just very self-aware. You know, I talk a lot about self-awareness. I just knew who I was. And I really genuinely, you know, I don't talk about this a lot. I genuinely believed that my schooling career was gonna be my last great vacation. And so I kind of took advantage of it that way. And I thought I could get a real head start and be educated. And, you know, I'm scared to think what I would have looked like if the internet was around. Very meta, watching and editing, making sure there's nothing wrong with the next DailyVee while filming this one. My mom punished me for bad grades, but she quietly created an interesting framework of what I would call light lines in the sand, right? Movable lines in the sand. She didn't want me to be disrespectful or completely punt it and become a degenerate, but she absolutely gave me the freedom to do my thing. You know, it's funny, I just dug up my report card. In my entire high school career, I got 4 A's, all in gym. You know, so I was far from a scholar. And so, yeah, I think that it was tough. I went from being my own boss, making $800 a weekend, $1,400 a weekend, to making $30 a weekend, bagging ice for 15 hours a day in a liquor store. But at the same token, I just kind of wanted to support my family's thing and was willing to pay my dues and was thankful for my parents coming to this country. Even at that age, knew that what they did was special and wanted to support our thing. That's the seed that makes everything else. You know, I don't complain a lot because I'm happy, because things are going well, because I was self-aware and I don't put myself in a position to not succeed. And I'm even self-aware about the things that I do, like trying to bite off more than I could chew, extending myself, you know, but I'm willing to pay the casualties or the toll for those inefficiencies and those shortcomings. So, you know, above all else, self-awareness, above all else, man. Just wanted to get together. One of the main things that I want to do is just to get some time together as a group and do that a little bit more often. But I think a couple things have emerged in my mind. We booked this, and then even the keynote I just gave at A&A, I think really gives us some stuff to talk about. If you think Uber and Airbnb and all the direct-to-consumer brands are gonna love the subjectiveness of creative or the horseshit reporting that has been accepted within this ecosystem, you are out of your mind. You will never win if you play their game. If you play the game of the places you came from against them to a client, we will lose. So these are some of the themes and things that I want to really be talking about. I want you to reframe your thought process of never playing their game. I do not want to play or fucking this game. We're going to lose because there's no truth to it. You have to understand there's no truth to it. Whatever you need from me to understand why, we've got to get them to understand this is the television. In a world that this is now the television, and the television is the radio, if you understand that shift, and you go read the history of the transition of what happened between the radio and the television, and all the quotes that the television would never be a viable medium compared to the radio, or you couldn't do the same creativity. This is just history repeating itself over and over and over. We're not social, we're not digital. We're just attention. This is not about this is better than that. This is about if you were agnostic, if you were unemotional, what's a better deal than the other? That really played today in the A&A. Confused the fuck out of people because they wanted to like razz me, but they're like, but he said Super Bowl and he said creative was the variable of success. Like I took, you know, it's kind of like I did, you know what, I did the 8 Mile thing on them. You know, like when you take away theirs, they're like, fuck, I don't know how to rebuttal. It's absolutely heading in our direction. I think the key is to A, spend some more time together like this, and we will. B, letting good things continue to go. More high showcases, and you know what? You got a fuckload. So if somebody here wants to be part of the ninja team to do showcase, use them. That's what I got so far. I will say this. There's always a thing that is the generation's thing. Ours is Facebook video. It's real big. It fucking works. Thanks everybody. Hey, how are you? Do I walk into the, okay. Okay, I'll see you in a little bit. Okay, bye-bye. You're not filming, right?
Yeah, no. Back with you.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. I'll let you know. Bye, guys. Nothing too fancy today. Little Orlando, New York action. Obviously, a lot of passion for this becoming the television and the television becoming the radio. I think we're going to focus in on that on this one, York. I think we're going to use this as a test case for a little bit of a different way of storytelling, kind of concising down some random thoughts. Some stuff for the library. Maybe not the first time I say things, but maybe the most pronounced. Thanks for following the journey, guys. Makes it fun. How about that movie? Hour and 30 minutes. That movie, though.